Have you ever read the story of Abraham in it's the first part of Genesis, chapters 13 to 20, I think, something like that. Or 13 to 21? Something around that. But Abraham and his wife Sarah have an interesting story. So they were pagans, but yet God called them to an awesome journey, an adventure of faith. Isn't that kind of what it is? When Jesus first calls us, it's just a journey, an adventure that he's going to lead us on. But yet, so they obeyed God, and they left the country, the home that they knew, and they just journeyed on to this land that God promised would be theirs one day. And so, they're journeying on, and then God makes a really interesting promise. So Abraham is like 100 years old, and his wife Sarah is like 90, and God says, I will surely bless you. You will be the father of many nations. You're going to have a child. And Abraham's like, what? I'm like 100 years old, dude. I am way past the age of childbearing. My body's as good as dead. And of course, him and Sarah both did not have the stuff to make babies. And, it was, humanly speaking, circumstantially speaking, there was no way. But yet, what is impossible with man is possible with God. Come on. So God says, you will have a child. And then Abraham did something so amazing. So it says in Romans chapter 4, verse 18 to 21, it talks about Abraham briefly. It says, against all hope, when all human reasoning for hope was gone in the natural, Abraham hoped on in faith. You see, if God's put something on your heart, if he's given you a promise or a dream, you need to have a confidence, an assurance that it'll come to pass, that even if the circumstances don't line up, even if people tell you that it's not going to happen, you need to believe and be sure that God will bring to pass what he has said. It says in the book of Jeremiah, I will hasten my word to perform it. I will diligently watch over what I have said to you to make sure that it comes to pass. So whatever God has said, it'll happen. And then the end of Romans 4, verse 21, it says, Abraham was fully persuaded that God was able to do what he said. To persuade someone, to be persuaded just means like doubtless. Even though you're not it's like you might not logically, rationally, intellectually understand fully, but yet you just have this trust, this confidence that they will pull it off, that they will do what they've said. So Abraham was persuaded that God would come through. Not halfway, not 75% convinced, fully. So it's not if it happened, it was when it happened. And each day Abraham was like, God, I thank you that it's on the way. I thank you that you will do what you have promised. So I have something God's put on my heart. You might have something watching that God has put something in your heart, a dream, a vision, a promise. Believe, be fully persuaded that it will come to pass. And like Abraham, you and I both will see the glory of God. So I am just praying that God himself will give you the courage and the faith to believe, and he'll meet you halfway with grace, because we're all humans. We will fall sometimes. When we're believing for a promise, it's hard, but he meets us halfway, and I believe that we will see the glory of God. God bless you. Have a good day.